Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and thank you for checking out another video. I've been using the Accesport wrong this whole time. It's been flying around in my cabin, it's been in my cup holder, it's been in my door card, it's been in my lap, and the cable's just flying around everywhere. And that is not the best way to be using your Accesport for obvious reasons. To be getting the most out of it, you want to be able to read all the information on the Accesport. You want to be able to have easy access to it and not have the cable flying around everywhere. So what I have today is a package from Import Image Racing. This is the IBR vent mount. So I'll leave a link in the description. Make sure to go to Import Image Racing, get yourself a vent mount. Best purchase you'll make for this car. If you are tuned on an Accesport, this is just almost a necessity. All of the other mounts, the cable's just kind of flying around still, and even if you do your best to try and clean it up, you're still going to have it just chilling there. So this is going to look natural. It's going to look like it's built into your dash, and your cable is going to be completely hidden. So let me show you how to install this. I had this on my VB WRX, and it was one of the best mods I did. I'll bring you in, show you how easy it is to install, show you what the finished product looks like. Let's dive into it. All right, guys, to get started, let's go ahead and just open up your driver's door. Now we need to pop out our factory defroster vent. So you can use a plastic pry tool. That's probably the best way to do this. I don't have one on hand, so I'm going to be using a flathead screwdriver and a microfiber. So I'm just going to dig this kind of down in and pry up on this just a little bit. Shouldn't be too bad. It's just gonna pop right out. Okay, so the next step is gonna be getting a little bit better access to your wiring. So we're gonna pull back on this weather stripping. Pretty simple. You don't need to do that, but I find it to be a little bit helpful when you go to pop this out. So now we're going to pry out this cover here. So I'm going to place my screwdriver right here and push out. If for some reason you scratch this panel up a little bit, I wouldn't be too worried about it because it's hidden. You know, your door covers it when you shut the door. No one's really looking at this thing, but I didn't have any scratches on it from taking it out or scratch the dash, and I used a flathead screwdriver, so you should be fine. Okay, so now we have our Accesport cable here, and what I'm gonna kind of do is try to fish this up from the bottom and route it through here in a way that I'm able to get it easily up through the vent. So we can kind of grab this. Hopefully my head's not blocking the way. I'm just fishing this up from the bottom, and this way you can see where your cable's at. You can kind of grab it and guide it up. If you wanted to, you could actually pull the cable out right here, and this will all be covered by that plastic cover that goes in here. So we'll pull this through probably to make this a little bit easier, and we'll guide this up, and we'll do this. We're just going to fish this up through. Oh, almost got it. Very simple, guys. Super easy. Nothing to it at all. So we have our wire coming up out the top now. We can just take our plastic cover and snap it back on. Put our strip back on. Didn't really need to take the weather stripping off, but I figured it might make it a little bit easier, and this stuff just pops right off and slides right back on. A lot of the older cars used to have a bunch of slimy, gross stuff when you would pull the weather stripping off, and the newer cars just don't have it. I don't know why, but it's not there anymore. So now we will get our new IBR vent mount, and we're just going to pull this out of the packaging. Okay, and then we are going to just simply put this through here. So this is going to be a slightly tricky part. We're going to have to get this clip through and slide it in there. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing. It shouldn't be too bad. So we're going to kind of get it in there, and then we'll kind of have to push it back, and it'll clip in. So don't be scared to give it a little bit of force, but just be careful also. So when you go to install this, you will notice that when you go to put this down, your cord is going to kind of push down the vent and sort of disable your defroster, or just not all the air is going to get out, which you probably don't want that. So if you want to retain that, you can always decide which way your cable is going to go, and you can always trim this inner piece and run the cable down that way. And then that way you won't have to worry about any air getting misdistributed. But I will worry about that another day. We'll just push this back, get it lined up where the factory one was, and clip it in. Then we'll take our Accesport and we will slide it in there. Actually, oh, there we go. And clip it in. Okay guys, so here you can see the Accesport mount is installed, and it looks pretty good. There you can see the Accesport chilling in the mount. It looks pretty good, looks factory. It's not you know, it's not a big mount hanging off the A-pillar or strapped to the dash or strapped to the door. I think it looks pretty natural. The only issue I have with it at all is the angle isn't perfect. I feel like it could be pointed a little bit more towards the driver and less towards, you know, back here. But I think overall it looks good, and I can still read everything just fine. And maybe they did that for like a glare reason. Maybe driving in the light or something, they decided that a certain angle, it was hitting the light the wrong way, so they angled it this way. But I can still read everything just fine, and I can still just reach up here, grab onto the controls, do my troubleshooting, change my maps, etc. And this mount feels super sturdy. Like, I can grab onto the Accesport and shake it. I can push on these buttons and it doesn't feel like I'm gonna break something. It's very sturdy. I'm super happy with this mount. So don't forget to hide your wires. So you're gonna have all your wires down here now hanging once you plug it in. You can kind of take these, I have them all bunched together, sort of like this, and then I will zip tie these. So I'll just zip tie all the wires together and then lift them up and zip tie them underneath the dash. And there you go, your seamless Accesport install. Your Accesport is in there, no wires showing, and it's just chilling in the vent mount. Well guys, that's gonna be it for today's video. I appreciate you checking it out. Like I said, I'll leave a link in the description where you can pick up one of those for yourself from Import Image Racing and get it shipped to your door super fast. If you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.